Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, welcome to the stream, welcome to part, I don't know, I think it's part 7 of working on the Fury tank here. That's our Tamiya 1/35 scale Sherman M4A3E8. If I've got my intro around here somewhere, let's hit that now. Okay guys, thanks again for watching, thanks for coming out, and yeah, we are pretty much done, although you see a whole bunch of stuff on my desk here. The actual assembly of the kit is pretty much finished. So what do I've got to do today? Today I want to get this thing primered black, okay? I want to get the last little bits. There's just a few little things that need to be put on there to be nice and finished. And yeah, I'd like to get the primer on this little puppy. I'm going to be using my Mr. Surfacer 1500. Now, normally I would just use my spray can, rattle can 1500, but I've got some tight areas that I need to get in. I need to get in here, all in there. And you can't really do that with a rattle can. You try and get in close, now you've just pooled your paint and now you got puddles everywhere and it's running and it's terrible. So I can't do that. So I have the little jars that I'm going to be using. Now this stuff is pretty thick, so this has to be thinned if you're going to put it in your airbrush, and that's alright. But I do have a couple little things I need to do before I get that. So I've got a couple of pieces of photo etch I need to install on there. And I'll just take the turret off. Oh, I did want to show you guys. I went and took a picture of the turret, so you could really tell the difference in the texture from last time. We did our little glue effect on here to make the turret really look nice and rough, like it would be. Hi, ePlay. Yeah, so used the glue, we made this nice and rough, and the camera doesn't really do it justice, so I did want to go and take a picture of it. Let me see if I can bring that up real quick here. And let me see, let me try at least here. Just took a picture, and we'll see if we can get this up here. Did you like that edit? Yes, I did very much. I'm planning on doing another 1/32 scale f/15, and I'm going to show that video clip when I do that. Yeah. Let's see, the picture of the hull, or the turret, not the hull. My picture cam is not working. Where is my picture cam? Let's see, I want maybe this one. There we go. So you can see this is nice and smooth on the side of the tank, and then the turret is much rougher. It's definitely not smooth, and that's basically the whole reason I did that. So yeah, let's see, so I'm going to change my cam here. We'll go to the overhead so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, and yeah, so we'll go from here. Okay, so we have our turret, it's sitting here. I've taken, 90% of this kit is finished. There's no more to put on, no more things to assemble. I do have my little jerry cans I need to put together. They're pretty simple. Now, because I'm doing the Fury, my internet is really bad right now, so I might disconnect. That's okay, ePlays. No worries. Okay, so we've got our little jerry cans here, and they start off as 2 halves plus this little part, and now I've got to put our little cap on, and they're right there. I've got them here. So they're a little small and they're a little tiny, so you just got to be a little careful. Sit them on like that. That's fine. Now, an interesting thing, the kit comes with 2 jerry cans, but for our Fury build, because I'm doing the Fury, okay, now I've just gone and lost that because it flung off of there and it fell down, and I really am not going to find it down there. So I'm going to have an open jerry can unless I want to try and make a lid. But that's not the end of the world because I have a lot of other jerry cans. I need a total of 7 jerry cans for this kit. Looking at the Fury tank, I need 7 jerry cans. Which means now, I was going to need 5, but now I can't use that one. Or, I either need 5 cans, or I just need 5 cans and 1 lid. And you might be wondering, okay, so if the kit only comes with 2 jerry cans, where did I get these from? I'll show you in a sec. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how many I need right there. I'll show you in a sec. Where is this kit from? I'm going to need all of these guys too. I'll take those off in a sec because, well, as you've just seen, I have a tendency to have parts fling away on me. I bought this kit. Allied Vehicle Accessories Kit. It comes with all of this stuff. Okay? And it's just a fairly cheap set from Tamiya. It's made for the 1/35th scale kits. And yeah, so we've got bags and stuff like that, stowage, all kinds of things. And it shows on the back here, there isn't even any paper, it just shows you on the back. Most of this doesn't even need assembly, all the sacks and bags and things. It's only the drums and the jerry cans that actually need assembling of any sort. And there's two types of jerry cans. They call this one a Blitz can. That's an interesting name. I've never seen those myself, but yeah, I'm not doing those, I'm doing these. But we get lots of them, right? We got 5, you get 2 sprues. You get 2 sprues in the kit. So there's another sprue there, and yeah, so you get lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. So that's really nice. It's a nice little kit to have, especially when you're doing something like this, right? So we'll just start assembling these. I will clean them up after they're assembled because we got some nubs on them all. And they are easy enough to put together. Just go around. Make sure they're glued. And that's it. There's one. So you just go through and do them all. Just go around. That's the nice thing about Tamiya. Even their little accessories kit fits together nice. Doing this particular build has inspired me to build a Tiger tank. And so I've ordered a Tiger kit online, and I've chosen a Dragon kit, Dragon brand. My first delve into Dragon kits was with the Little Bird, the AH6J, that one. Although not as far as fit and goes, I would say it's definitely not up to Tamiya standards, but it's not bad. It wasn't bad. I read online, I decided to Google which Tiger kit is the best best Tiger kit. I think I googled something like that, and it seems that although the Tamiya kit is a nice kit, it's typical Tamiya in that the detail is not all that great. And so a lot of people really like the Dragon kit. Okay, so I just took all those off of here, and I'm not actually sure if I should be using these ones, so I'm going to refer to my instructions. I just started nipping away. I wanted Z12. Hey, I got the right ones. Because these ones do look a little bit different. They look a little wider than these, and that's okay. So what lids do we need? The lids are number 8, which are these guys here. Okay, so do these first though. I don't think I really need to do much cleanup on these. I think I got them off of there really kind of clean. Don't think I need to, you know, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to clean them up. Just because they're a little hard to pick up. Talk about not really having to clean them up. I'm looking at the nub on this one. It's like, wow, I really do need to clean this one up. Okay, so those are clean. So all we do is we take them, and these just go on top, right up here like this. So kind of get it lined up, just like that. So, just kind of holding it in place, dink, tank, and doink. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you want them kind of straight. There we go. And then do this side. There is no guide pin or anything on these. Just get them lined up so that it's pretty much perpendicular to this line here. That's straight along there. And then, of course, nice and straight along these lines. And then that's done. And there. Wait for the plane to finish taking off. Do this 5 more times or 4 more times. Dink, dank, and doink. Our 3 spots. Move that down. Lined up. Turn around. There we go. Bingo. Number 2 done. Doesn't matter which side you do first, as I'm about to show you. Makes no difference at all. As long as it's lined up. And now I do my dink, dank, and doink. Separate. Do it last. There we go. It's 3. almost right away. First try. Check. Yep, that one looks good. One more. Even though this is the quick setting type glue, I still get a couple of seconds before it really sets. Move it a little bit. There we go. We're ready for some lids. But I do need 6 lids. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do, I don't want to have one jerry can open. So here's all my lids. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. I need a 6th lid. And so I'm going to have to use one from here. 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, months from now, when I'm doing this again, and I need a jerry can, I'm gonna grab that sprue, and I'm gonna be like, why do I have a missing lid? And I'm not gonna remember why. Because I stole one. Stole an extra one for this. Try to do this a little further onto my desk so that if I do drop another one, it doesn't fall onto the floor. I didn't get any comments on my last video for my tracks. Remember the tracks and that one piece that fell and I lost it? I still haven't found it. And you guys haven't told me where it went. It would be great. See, now I just dropped another lid, and where did it go? Darn it. Get in there. You guys gotta stop falling. Got glue on my thumb. That's 2 lids I've lost now. Okay. Now, did that actually go on the floor? Or did it just land under one of these? No, I'm pretty sure that fell on the floor. Again. That means I got 2 lids lying on the floor here somewhere. Which means another lid coming off of here. Dropping tiny parts really sucks. There we go. Okay, so we've got our 7 jerry cans all ready. And I've even got a spare helmet to hang on. To something. Because, well, helmet is one of the things that you see. They've got helmets hanging all over the tank in the movie. It's like, when they didn't want to wear a helmet, they just hung it on on some piece sticking off the end of the tank. Kind of like this. Just kind of hang it on there like that, right? Or on here, something like that. Just hang it on there, right? I have lots of reference photos that I've taken off the internet. Something that's a little disappointing is there's supposed to be a cable that runs along through here, right? And I did not see anywhere in the instructions that we're supposed to be using or assembling anything of that sort. There's nothing referencing a cable on the top of the hull. There's nothing here. That's the other side. There's no cable there. Nothing here. Putting this down. Nope. Assembling our turret. Turret. Put the turret down. Build our jerry cans. And there's our completed kit. And there's no cable. Now, the funny thing is, in the kit, we have 2 sprues that we actually have our anchor right there. So we could actually build one. But I have no actual cable to use. Now some kits, like I believe Meng will sometimes give you actual cable in their kits to do those kinds of things. I believe I have done that on my, maybe my Abrams build. I can't remember now. One of my tank builds, I had to build those cables, and that's all well and fine. So that's going to go there like this, like that. We're going to have 4 jerry cans on the back like this, going across there. One goes here like that. A couple of boxes, this, not these ones exactly, but something like that. And then we're going to have a bunch of crap up top here with bags, all kinds of things like that. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, let's finish assembling our last little bits on this. The cable thing, I'm not sure if I want to do it or not. It is an added thing that should be put on there. Looking at watching the movie and stuff like that, and taking some still pictures, you do definitely see the anchor, the cable going all across here, and it just kind of dangles on the front here. It doesn't actually attach. They don't attach it to anything. It's like it's just dangling off of the hull. The hull, yeah. So I'm not sure. There are a couple of anchor points here and here that they have the wooden beams tied to, and there is literally nothing on this kit. There's nothing molded at all. I could take a couple of pieces of photo etch, like such as these, and put them on there, and that would give me something to actually anchor the ropes to. But I don't know. Some of those things I gotta figure out. I want to refer to my photo etch sheet here to see the added things I needed to do. There's a couple of added things I wanted to put on here on our kit. It's not up here. There is this piece here. I don't remember where that went. That's not on there. Okay. We have this guy here. to go on the front. And so he is, which piece is he? I really should throw away my extra bits that I have. I believe I made 2 of these guys. Specifically, that's what this is. It's just one of those guys all folded up together. And they want me to put that... Oh, I've already done it. I already put them there. Never mind. Never mind, I've already done that. So I'm just going to mark on this. Am I done this part? Yes. So, just to show that I am finished this part. I'm done. Now, this is on the inside of the hatch, which is never going to be seen because the hatch is not open. I did wind up actually folding this piece together, and I created that. And that is this right here. This guy right there. That would be on the inside of the hatch for that. But I didn't realize, I was like, okay, I'll build that. And then I realized that's on the inside of the hatch. I don't need to bother. Okay. This is all for the gun, so I'm not doing any of that. Fenders and this little thing there. With this, I want to take a piece of wire and put it through there, some kind of a weird little latch of some sort. This guy's done. Why do they show it twice? Ah, this is actually at the back of the tank. This is going right back up here. That's what that is. Okay. So I didn't do that yet. Let's close this up. I need some CA glue if I'm going to be putting photo etch on. I'm going to move these out of my way for now. So another thing I noticed, this kit does not have any, whoops, forgot about you. This kit doesn't have any fenders going down on the back. And I've noticed on the tank in the movie, it's got fenders going down. Little plates, just rectangular plates going down, acting as, I guess, mud guards. And the kit doesn't have them, but I kind of want to put them on because the actual tank has them. So I was thinking I could use this nice flat piece off of just the sprue, and I could cut it and use those and just kind of make my own little flaps. Obviously this is off the L tree. I'd want to sand all this engraving off of there, but I think this would work pretty good. I'm going to just take the round part of the sprue off. To me, I never planned on you taking this off of here, so they didn't exactly make it easy to remove nicely. I want to be careful if you're doing something like this. Yeah, so although it's just a little thick, I can file it and thin it up and make it look a little bit more reasonable. And then I just cut it in 2 different lengths. two separate lengths. I've got more than enough here to do two of them. So yeah, this has a rounded edge, and of course the real one doesn't, so I'd want to trim that down just that little bit. Yeah, I'll get to that later though. Installing little parts. So we need some CA glue. Let's see if my glue is, yep, it's plugged up again. So I should just grab my drill and drill this out. It'd be a lot faster than doing it by hand. So that's what I'm going to do. There, now I got a big hole. Unfortunately, that does mean I get a bunch of dried up CA glue on my drill bit, but that's okay. Okay. That hole being nice and big now, don't have to worry so much about it. Okay, where's my applicator? So I gotta put one of these little guys right back here. So it looks like it goes right back here. That's a good spot. Just like that. Okay. What else haven't I done? So he's done. That's all done. Flipping this over. Yeah, I didn't bother with any of these. Any of that stuff doesn't really add anything to it. This is done. Same. Didn't bother with that. I'm not locking the hatch down. There's a little lock you can put on this one right here. So right there was where it would go, and I don't want to do that on that, so I'm not doing that. Little things that just don't add anything to it. Again, inside of the hatch, outside of the hatch, I'm not bothering with that. I was going to add these two pieces, but then looking at it, the actual detail that they add was not worth it. That's these two guys here and here. I think the Tamiya did a good job of actually representing these two pieces, and it's not necessary to thin them down with photo etch. So I'll flip this over. Again, the hammer, a wrench, we did those. I added those two bits here and here. Here and here. I added those. Not doing that. I added this one. Didn't do the fenders. They weren't worth doing. I could bend and wreck the plastic as I wanted. There was this little piece that could go on our turret latch, but it doesn't really add anything. There's a little chain that we could put onto this. A30 and 32, I don't know where those went. A30 and 32. Oh, that's on these things. Little chain. I think it's on these two. Or maybe on here. Little chains that just kind of hang off. I guess they have it so that, you know, you never lose these because they're on a chain. I don't think that's really worth it. These pieces here for our sides, I think Tamiya did a better job of molding those, so we don't need to do those at all. There was these little latches underneath our little rack, never going to be seen, so who cares. I did do these ones on the actual kit part. I just put them on the kit rack there, so that's done. These little straps that you could add to the rack, but I'm going to have stowage in there, and that would defeat the purpose of these, so I'm not doing those. Little, again, underneath the rack we've got little brackets, no point. That's our rack. These parts on top of the bar that's hidden behind the rack, does that really matter? You ever going to see those? No. And then finally this little wing nut thing on the rack, if you're going to have the rack stowed, if it's going to be folded up, this is an option here, but again, not doing it, which means all of our photo etch is finished. So done. Okay, which means I believe I got a whole bunch of glue in there now. I could add this part, this other little latch. I'm still thinking maybe I could add latches here and here for the actual tying down of the logs. I could tie the logs down, which means I could just grab, I need 4 little bits to act as loops, similar to these. So if I'm just looking through here, what do I have? What do I have 4 of? I have 4 of these little rectangular things. I could glue that down. They have a little flat spot there, and I could just loop these other ones and put them here, 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 and here. Although this side would be tough unless I put it right in between here. It's going to go like right here. I'm going to just quickly look at a couple of reference photos. So just bear with me here a moment. I want to look at my logs. Okay, so there is supposed to be an anchor like right at the top here. Okay, right up here there should be an anchor. And we have our cable, which just loops, goes through here and just stops right here. It's like it's just hanging. It looks like maybe there's another one of these things right here to keep the cable in place. But that's it. I'm not quite sure. But that's what it looks like. So it looks like maybe something like this. What have I got going on here? Oh yeah, drop it right in the glue. I don't know what this is. Just a piece of shrapnel. That's what it looks like. Anyway, kind of looks like one of these, sitting right up here, that I could put the cable through, right there, and then the rope is actually anchored to that too. But where's my other picture of the rope? Okay, yeah, so it is right in line with this piece. There's a little loop, just a metal loop going doink right there. So I think these guys would represent that perfectly, if only just a little too big, maybe a little too wide. The fact is, I want to put those logs on this kit, so I need some kind of anchors so that, come on. Why are so many things wanting to go on the floor today? Okay, so there's my 4 soon-to-be anchors. I need to do is I'm just gonna literally roll it around my tweezers to make a little loop. Just like that. Okay. Get a little glue. He's going right here. Determine which was the flat spot. Where did he just go? Are you fucking serious? Why does everything go on the floor? Why can't you fall onto the desk? Is the desk so bad? Apparently it is. Apparently the desk is so terrible that everything needs to fall on the floor. And that one just flung, and guess where it went? Onto the floor. Okay, I'm done with that. I'm getting tired of every single stupid piece I drop goes on the floor. It's frustrating as all heck. So, I'm switching gears. And I'm going to prime Mr. Surfacer 1500. I am going to prime the turret. I'm tired of these tiny little parts falling on the floor constantly. It's really pissing me off. Just doing the barrel first so that it gives me something to grab onto to actually do that. So just give that a minute. Maybe while I have this minute, I will just check something here. I'm going to see if I can actually find any of this stuff.
Thousands of tears later.
They're all gone. 2 jerry can lids, 3 pieces of photo etch plates, and they're gone. They're just disappeared. They're totally gone. It's stupid. It's stupid. Okay, so we got a black turret. Totally black. It looks shiny right now, but as it dries, it's going to turn flat black. At least that's not a tiny little part to drop, right? At least there's that. Okay, I am going to use a pair of tweezers. Actually, not these. Use one of these. Grab onto a piece. Okay, apparently that's coming off easy. I don't want to just lay this down like that because I want to paint kind of, I want to do like a little something on the inside too. So I'm going to use a little piece of tape. And just kind of do this and make a little tab. Doink. And then it's not going to stick to anything. Come on, piece of junk. Why is nothing working for me today? Nothing seems to be wanting to cooperate with me today, and I'm not sure why. Okay, there we go. Okay, captain's hatch is done. Got all my spare wheels. I guess I could just do that. Although getting all angles is going to be difficult if I do that. So I'll grab my little spare block here. This oink. That. Do one side at a time. Now these wheels don't really need to be primered, but it doesn't really matter. I want to get them to primer anyway, just for continuity. Now the only edge I need to prime is the bottom edge that's on the tape. So let that dry. Basically everything does need to be primered as you're doing everything. This guy's going to be a little bit of a challenge to do, but I'll hold on to his barrel first. This is just the gun. the machine gun. So I will go think, and I'll do the rest of them. Now, one thing you might notice is I'm not doing anything special with the metal, with the photo etch. You should spray or do a metal prep for the photo etch parts to actually have the paint stick to them. Photo etch parts have a tendency to not really want to keep the paint on them. There's a couple of different metal prep products out there, or metal primer. I do have a metal primer that I can spray on there by Tamiya. I also have a metal prep that you can paint on. I think it's from AK Interactive, or it might be from Ammo Mig. I can't remember now. Anyway, I really want to try getting these anchors on here, at least here. It just sucks that I don't have them all the same now, because I only have 2 of those. This is nothing. This is just a little extra bit of metal. It's really frustrating. Okay, I need 4 small pieces because now I can't use those because I only got 2, and I need them all the same. I need 4 of the same piece. And I need them to be able to loop. See, I have another one of these, and it's right there. I could just make another one of those, and then I have 2 of the same on each side. That's an option. What is this? Hey, look at that! I found one. It happened to be on my photo etch, and I found the other one. Well, thank you, Lord. I found them. I found the 2 loops. They didn't even hit the floor. They were stuck on my photo etch piece. Right there and there. They were here the whole time. Thank you, Lord. Alright. Let's put the dab of glue back on there. I want that flat side down. Okay, I think I got it. Although it's not quite a loop. Hopefully I can actually bend it to a loop once it's stuck on there. I actually want to take a toothpick and kind of stick it in there as I bend it down. This is a bit tricky to do. When it comes time to actually put my rope through there, I want that to actually be, I want to actually be able to take my rope and go doink and go right through it like that and have it hold. That's the important part. Now I need another one up here. Judging by the pictures, it looks like it goes right there. So now I'm just going to duplicate it on this side as best I can, which means putting one right here and then another one here. Assuming I can get these bent and not have them disappear on me again. So that's the piece that I want to go facing down. So we're going to go in here or straight across to about here. That's going to be really hard to get rope through that because of the tools that are on the side here, but that's okay. I'll deal with that when I get to it. I have a feeling I'll be taking these will be coming off when it comes to the time to actually put the rope on. Probably going to the amount of glue that's on there to hold these is not really conducive to holding them on very firmly. That is one thing about photo etch, it is a little bit delicate, and I'm just using CA glue, and CA glue just it just glues it to it. It doesn't actually it's not like regular glue that actually forms a bond with the two pieces. Okay, so there's our loops. Our loops are done. I have one spare guy here. I'm going to keep him. So there we go. Now, it has been almost an hour. I do want to try and make that cable. Okay, I do want to attempt that. So I think what I want to try, what do I want to use for cable? You can use string, you could use wire of sorts. I think I've got some wire here I could try and do. And that actually is a good length right there. I just need them all the same length. They are all the same length. That would be almost, that's almost perfect. But this is what's going to happen. Get them all lined up. And I need to twist them, okay? And so this is what I'm going to do. I'll show you here. I'm going to make a cable out of copper wire. And this is about the easiest way. You can do this by hand. You don't have to use a drill like I'm about to, but just take the wire, put it in there. It's tight. And they all fall out. Change the camera so you can see how messed up I am here. Put them all in there. In a perfect world, these will all get tight, and they should stay. And I'm going to go very lightly. I'm going to hold on to them. I'm going to try and twist. Okay, twist it a little bit. The more you twist, the harder you hold it. Tighter the twist will get. Okay. I want a nice tight twist to it. So I am holding it pretty tight as I move my fingers along. It almost hurts, but that's okay. There we go. Now, of course, the end that was in the drill is not going to be twisted that much. But that's about the easiest way to do it. Well, you can just do it while it's in its sheathing. This is just regular. I believe this is like 14 gauge wire, like automotive electrical wire. So there's that, and that's a pretty good length, I think. We want it to curve a little bit up like this and go through. And that's the nice thing about this copper wire, is we can form it to the shape we want. I want it to go like this, through there. That. This. It's actually almost a little too thick. Almost like I need to take one wire out of there. Which I think I'm going to do. So let's pull one out. One strand out. There we go. When it's painted, you're not going to notice that it's only 2 or 3 strands. There we go. Let's hold that. Get that going like this. Back up. And he's going to go like this. It's almost perfect length. bend it down a little bit. Now if you use something like lead wire, it's going to be a lot more easier to conform, and it will behave better, because this won't. This is only going to bend to where I bend it, and it's not going to sit. So basically what I need to do is glue this down in a bunch of different spots so it stays exactly where it's supposed to go, where I want it. But that's it, right? And I might have to shorten it. I might have to rebend it, because once I put the anchor on there, where are my anchors? Got them in here. Okay, let's get one of these off of here. Okay. Now I actually want very thin compared to this. Thin wire, because that's not going on all the way. So actually I might use thinner wire. I'm going to use thinner strand. This I've got this is like 18 gauge. And it's not quite as long. Let me look at my reference pictures again to see how far that sticks through. I might wind up having to, yeah, so this is supposed to go back. This guy here is going to be sitting roughly right here, like that. And so if I do this, it's not quite, well, it's pretty close. Once I actually have these twisted together, it's not quite long enough. You get the idea of what I need to do, right? This is a good size though. This is a good size to actually put on there. I mean, this could work, and it's close enough, I think. I'm tempted. I want to try it. I want to try it. I do. I want to try. So let's just put some glue on the tip here. Put it in here. You want a small enough wire that it's going to go into that little slot. I'm going to add a little extra glue on there just to make sure we got a nice, good, solid bond. Okay, with that, I'm going to slide this off best I can. See, when you get the finer wire, you don't have to use the drill. That thicker wire, this stuff I use for spark plug wire on my top fuel car engines. So, yeah. Okay, so with that, now if this doesn't actually work out, actually I think it is, so it's going to be fine. So I'll grab my other end. Let's twist this up good. I'll grab my other end. Where's the other one? Did I grab them both? Yeah, I did, right here. Okay. It is a little disappointing that Tamiya didn't even bother giving you a cable or even mentioning the cable at all. Go. Ah. I do have accelerator I could use. I just need a third hand. Which I actually do have. You go, what? What do you mean you have a third hand? Well, I do have a third hand. It's made by X-Acto. Since my glue doesn't want to cooperate, let's wipe off the excess. I have one of these. Here's my third hand. Right here. I'm going to get my accelerator ready. Load that up. Load this up. This time you're going to stay. Just like that. So there's our wire. Here's our cable. Okay. Looks like you got a little broken strand there. That's okay. Broken strand is nothing that a little bit of paint won't hold together. Of course, this is another one of those things that I want to get in place. So this is going to go like that. So this kind of has to go a little bit of a curve, like so. And then it's going to hang, it's going to go down here. But I want it here. So let's do the curve a little further back. There we go. And I need this twisted and going down. That's better. Just like that. I would like it to conform on its own. A little bit better. And I want this front one, I want this one to just kind of sit like this. But clearly I'm going to have to glue this down like here, like that, to give it that kind of a, like it looks like it's heavy. Pulling it a little bit so it kind of conforms better to the shape I want. So this is kind of the way I want it to go. That. It goes through there. Kind of like that. That's how it's going to look. Obviously it doesn't sit on its own. It's going to require glue, but it needs paint, right? So I am going to prime this right now, just so that it's not shiny gold. There we go, now we got a black wire. Okay. And that's pretty much all I can do right now. Just redid another coat on my gun, on the machine gun. This is my top of my thing. It's the top of my thing. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call it, my thing. Everything needs to be primered, right? But I need to get in there and do this. I think what I'm going to do before I go, I'm going to fire up my air compressor and I'm going to prime this black. Okay? We're going to do that. Do that before I go. Okay? So, put this away because I'm not going to need it. Get my stuff ready for some painting. Move some stuff out of the way. Here's our black turret. That's pretty much done. Should get in there a little bit, just to make sure. Okay, so this stuff, I've already put a ball in there, so that gets that all nice and ready to go. Fire up my air compressor. Okay, that's mixed up pretty good. This stuff comes out of the jar kind of thick, so you want to keep that, be mindful of that. Let's get rid of my excess glue here. You want to be mindful of how thick it is. I'm going to mix that with some Mr. Color leveling thinner. Okay, I'm going to do about a 50-50 mix. Up here. Okay, roughly 50-50 mix. Let's move some unneeded things out of the way here. I don't anticipate needing a whole lot. Maybe about enough to fill the cup in the airbrush. Probably don't even need that much, but That's what I'm going to start with. Where's my special? Yeah, it's pretty thick. That's roughly 50-50. You want it nice and thin. Just like that. Okay, oops. Okay, I'll switch to my painting cam so you can actually watch me. Here we go. Get my black wire out of the way. And my gun. Okay, here we go. Let's get ready to do some painting. The reason why I need to get in here is to get into these little small nooks and crannies without overloading everything with primer. You have to make sure you get every angle, otherwise it looks kind of funny. And it's very visible when you miss spots. You might wonder why I'm bothering with the underside. Well, for continuity and completeness, you've got to do every part. You know, somebody picks up my tank and they see I've never even bothered painting the underside. Well, what's the point? You know? So, what I am going to do is I'm not going to do everything with the airbrush. Some of this I am going to just do with the big can, but because of the nature of this, and I can't get at everything, getting in there and all this running gear is really the main point of the airbrush. The rest of it I can hit with the rattle can and it'll be good enough. Okay, I need to switch my grip on here to get in on this side. One thing I think is going to be to my advantage is the fact that the tank in the Fury movie looks like they painted it sort of they painted over the green with a black. So if I actually have some green showing through a little bit, I think that might actually be movie accurate. I realize I'm kind of painting close to myself. Let's do this. Get you a little more in the middle there. You can see my big fat belly. Getting in these little nooks and crannies that if I wanted to get in there with the rattle can, it just ain't gonna happen. I think I'm good as far as getting in these little tight spots. I think the rest I can do with the rattle can now. I'm pretty sure anyway. So I'll just put this down. I think I'm done with this. I think the rest I can do just spraying it with the rattle can. I think I've got the coverage that I need here. Okay, so let's put this down. Let's grab the rattle can. Is this just does a quicker job. See what I mean? It just makes quick work of the whole thing. See what I mean? Now it's all nice and black. Get rid of all that detail for you so you don't get to see anything anymore. Try and be careful not to spray paint my hand. With it being the way it is is now. I need to wait. I used to have my little spinner. There we go. Getting all the angles is the important part, including back. That. And that's looking like a nice cool black tank, isn't it? And I would call that primered. We're primered now. We gotta let that sit for a minute or 4 while it dries. I have my little cable here. So that's pretty much it, and that is where I am going to end it for today, guys. I need to clean up my airbrush. Do have a little left over. Doink. Yeah, that's where I'm going to finish it off and end it for today, guys. Down in that description box, you're going to see some links to my Instagram and to my Twitch channel. You're fully welcome to visit those and follow me on those. I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I love to read you guys' comments, and I do try to respond to all of them as much as I can anyway. So yeah, please do that for me. Let me know what you think. Any criticisms, anything like that, just let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. So with that, I am gonna leave this for today, and yeah, that's about it. That's about it. We're gonna see you all in the next one.